That just simply will not work. We have the seat out of a 1979 Chevy K10. It's a typical bench seat, which means the whole thing slides together. There's no armrest, and frankly, it's a little bit cumbersome. Not to mention, the thing is completely beat, rusted out, and needs to be either restored or replaced. We went and found something else. Got a seat out of a 1990s era Silverado. I wish I could say is a plug-and-play operation. Unfortunately, it is not, because the mounts are completely different. The sizing on the seat's pretty good, but the brackets are just not right. It sits way too high, for one thing. The original seat was down in this area, so we're probably 3 or 4 inches high, and it's all skewampus with the outer edge too high, the inside maybe a little too high, but way off, and the other side, you know, things are kind of hanging out into the ether. And it's just completely not right. There is technically room to sit. I have about 1.5 inches between my head and the ceiling, and while I could slide the seat forward, I don't know that I would be able to reach the pedals very well. I feel like I'm sitting in a high chair. A lot of pressure on the underside of my leg. This would just simply not work, would not be comfortable, not to mention steering wheel and column likely being a problem with interference right here at the chair, especially as it gets slid forward. So that's the problem. We got to figure out a way to make those things fit. 49 3/4. So a 3-inch differential between that hole, which appears to be lined up with that bolt. We need to come in 1.5 inches from each bracket. The inside's a different story. We're going to have to figure out how to build something. Oh, good grief, it's a freaking 10 millimeter. When did Chevy go metric? Well, that actually makes it look more manageable already, just to have it bare. I'm not 100% sure I want to use these rails. They are certainly not new, and I don't love having the mechanism over here to the side. I ordered something different. Doesn't mean that it'll work, but it's something to try.
Well, there was a lot to figure out on that project, and since the figuring out part is the fun part, that was a fun project. And in case you couldn't tell from the look on my face when it all came together, I'm super happy with the results. The seats are comfortable, they fit perfectly, and the mechanism is really smooth, just like we wanted. Now I know I'm not the first guy to put modern era seats into a square body pickup. Do me a big favor, down in the comments, tell me how you did it, or let me know how you would have done it differently. I'd love to learn from you. Every project's a journey. Enjoy the journey.